A New Birth of Freedom was the 2009 inaugural theme as President Obama took the oath of office as our first African-American president of the United States. It commemorated the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and the phrase, "A New Birth of Freedom," was taken from Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address.
President Barack Obama was born August 4, 1961, and received his BA in Political Science from Columbia University. Then graduated with a Juris Doctorate from Harvard Law School. He was a senator from Illinois when he was elected President of the United States. This past December, President Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize. This January 20th marks President Obama's first year in office. The following are excerpts from his 2009 inaugural address.
For we know that our patchwork heritage is a strength, not a weakness. We are a nation of Christians and Muslims, Jews and Hindus, and non-believers. We are shaped by every language and culture, drawn from every end of this earth. And because we have tasted the bitter swill of civil war and segregation and emerged from that dark chapter stronger and more united, we cannot help but believe that the old hatreds shall someday pass, that the lines of tribes shall soon dissolve, that as the world grows smaller, our common humanity shall reveal itself, and that America must play its role in ushering a new era of peace.
Our challenges may be new. The instruments with which we meet them may be new, but those values upon which our success depends, honesty and hard work, courage and fair play, tolerance and curiosity, loyalty and patriotism, these things are old. These things are true. They have been the quiet force of progress throughout our history. What is demanded then is a return to these truths. What is required of us now is a new era of responsibility, a recognition on the part of every American that we have duties to ourselves, our nation, and the world. Firm in the knowledge that there is nothing so satisfying to the spirit than giving our all to a difficult task. This is the price and the promise of citizenship. This is the meaning of our liberty and our creed, why men and women and children of every race and faith can join in celebration across this magnificent land.
Let it be said by our children's children that when we were tested, we refused to let this journey end, that we didn't turn back, nor did we falter, that we carried forth that great gift of freedom and delivered it safely to future generations. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929. He was one of the main leaders of the Civil Rights Movement. He led many movements like the Montgomery bus boycott, which led to the end of segregation in Southern America.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He graduated from Morehouse College in 1948 and Boston University in 1955. Dr. King organized the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which gave him more to pursue the civil rights movement. Dr. King's leadership in the civil rights movement was challenged many times throughout his life. Dr. King received several hundred awards, many awarded to him after his death, for his leadership in the civil rights movement and his achievements throughout his life. He died on April 5th, 1968.
50 years ago, a great American, in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end a long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of a Negro still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty and midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. And so we've come today to dramatize his shameful condition.
These are the immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Through the years, we have acknowledged Dr. King as an activist, a leader, and a speaker. Dr. King was a man who has seen many things in his life. He saw how his father was treated and the impact of segregation in the South. This is what prompted him to write and perform his speech for the millions of people in Washington, D.C. on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on August 28, 1963. He received the Nobel Peace Prize 1 year later. Let us remember his words that came from one man with one dream.
I have a dream.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, by the content of their character.
I have a dream. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood.
I have a dream. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a desert state, sweltering with the heat of injustice and oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice.
I have a dream.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
I have a dream.
This will be the day when all God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania.
Let freedom ring
from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado.
Let freedom ring
from the curvaceous slopes of California.
Let freedom ring
from the Stone Mountains of Georgia.
Let freedom ring
from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when that happens, when we all allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing the words.
Free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.